Hallo zusammen, I'm your vlog Dave. There are some English phrases that sound quite similar to German words and terms, but although they sound and appear to be quite similar, seemingly, they really aren't. And obviously this could lead to much confusion for learners of the German language. So I thought, well, it might be a good idea to talk about three examples. Three English phrases and words Germans could confuse and get completely wrong. Number 1. How tall are you? The German translation of this Frage, die Frage Singular, die Fragen Plural, meaning this question, is Wie groß bist du? To some degree, it's a pretty direct and even literal translation, but some Germans might confuse the English adjective tall with the German adjective toll, which might sound similar depending on the pronunciation of tall, in case it's a bit muffled, for instance. How tall are you? Something like that, I guess. Whereas the English term tall means groß in German, the German term toll means great in English. Funnily enough, I could imagine quite a lot of Germans actually confusing this with the question, how great are you? And probably some Germans might even ask this when they want to know your height, how tall you are. But I mean, of course, you can generalize that. There are a lot of Germans that will actually get what how tall are you means. But there are also people, for instance, young German kids, who aren't really, well, that trained or skilled in understanding English. Really old people that aren't really used to speaking or listening to English. That might very well be the case. Number 2. He's becoming a lawyer. You might have heard of this seeming similarity between the English verb to become and the German verb bekommen. They are spelled and pronounced kinda similar, so I do get why people might confuse those, and I strongly believe this happens in both languages vice versa. The sentence he's becoming a lawyer translates to wird ein Anwalt, and as you can see, the verb to become translates to werden, a form of sein, to be in German. And this potential misunderstanding might happen because bekommen translates to get in English, and some Germans might simply confuse to become with bekommen. This sentence could be mistaken for the hypothetical statement, he's getting a lawyer, in the sense of, like, something bad happened and he needs to hire a lawyer. I mean, then again, someone who's becoming a lawyer could also hire a lawyer, because why not? But still. And number 3. Tasty cakes. To be quite honest, I stumbled across this example quite randomly, but the more I thought about it and the more I actually did research on this, the more interesting it became. So a statement like tasty cakes translates to leckere Kuchen, for cakes being the plural form of cake, der Kuchen Singular, die Kuchen Plural. The English cakes could be confused with the German noun der Keks, which translates to a cookie or a biscuit. Not necessarily to a limp biscuit, but like, in case it's a very dry limp biscuit, Fred might have Durst in German. Yeah. What an interesting pun. But it only works in German, I'm afraid. Well, actually it's Denglish, it's a mixture of German and English. So, yeah, there you go. So some Germans might think that this person is talking about a delicious cookie, rather than about multiple tasty cakes. According to my source of research, the German term der Keks actually is a Germanized form of the English cakes. So, in case that's true, it would completely change, like, everything. Like, I mean, you know, honestly. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, well, let me know by leaving a like, by sharing this video, by subscribing to the channel, and by checking out the interesting and helpful support links in the video description. And now I'm gonna eat a little Biscuit. No, this one.